Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of Road to Ironman Texas. We just jumped in. I'm actually going to warm up on a brick workout this morning. What a brick workout is a ride and then turning around and immediately after that going into a run. The reason it's called a brick, sure you've already guessed it, because when you jump on that run your legs feel like bricks. So we got to ride it. We're going to knock this brick workout out, and then a little bit later this afternoon we're going to talk about the strength aspect and component to Ironman training. It's a little bit different in my scenario, so I'm interested and excited to show that side of it to you. So there's like two different methods that I know of as far as when it comes to nutrition and how you do it. You can either do stay consistent and just have an average of what you eat normally, or you can fuel depending on, like, based off of how much work, right? The problem with fueling based off of how much work you have, it's inconsistent, and then you also, it's harder for your body. You have to be more disciplined, I think, on that way. Because if not, then you're going to take in a shit ton of calories on big days, and you're going to continue to want to take in a shit ton of calories on small days. And so trying to have like a baseline of consistency is what I try to stick to, as far as like eating the same things for breakfast, lunch, dinner, like having that baseline, and then just fueling for your next workout, right? I eat a ton of chicken. They make these bowls for pancakes in the morning. I eat tons of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I like to eat lunch meat, chicken, rice. I like the Minute Maid rice, and a lot of fish. So if you don't fuel, you pay for it. Like, you might be able to get through the workout, but the rest of your day is screwed if you're not fueled by food, or if you're dehydrated. Both will wreck your entire day. So staying up on those two, they're both critical pieces, not just to fuel your workout, but to also decide how you feel after your workout.
How much water would you say you drink in a day?
A baseline for me, without working out, without sweating, is around a gallon. 3 liters to a gallon. So when it comes to working out, for every hour that I sweat, I need at least another liter to 1.5 liters just to maintain. So like today, I'm gonna be working out for 2 hours straight, so I need to add another 2 to 3 liters on top of my gallon in order for me to maintain my hydration. And kind of a way that I measure that is I weigh myself in the mornings, and then I weigh myself in the evenings or after a workout, because that's a direct reflection of how much fluid I lost in that workout, just to make sure that I didn't lose too much. Everybody has a different number, but 2 to 3 to 4% is acceptable, but you don't want to get over 4% of your body weight in fluid loss, because then you're out of the ballgame. So if you start walking in and losing a bunch of pounds, you weigh a lot less than what you weighed when you woke up that morning, then that's just a sign that you know of how much volume you're losing during that workout, and you need to make sure you replace that. You can also weigh yourself before you start the workout and then after the workout, and that'll give you like a rough idea of how much fluid loss that you had. So that's always a good sign, or a good way to do it as well. So we just crushed that brick workout, or it crushed us, however you want to look at it. It's all perspective. But what I want to do is show you one piece that is very important, helps prevent injuries. It's an important aspect that I think is overlooked sometimes, something I definitely didn't appreciate coming from a strength background. But I also value it because with me coming in and having the background and the foundation and strength that I did, I do believe it is probably the single most reason that I haven't had some injury that up to this point, as far as like jumping head into the amount of training that I did so fast and ramped it up so fast. So I do give it to that. I didn't really have to start doing strength training to get more strength, but one thing that I have had to work on, mobility. And so my mobility and range of motion is very limited. You can see that in the pool, right? So like my right side, because I breathe on it, I have a pretty good stroke on that side of it with form, but my left side struggles, right? I have left shoulder injuries. And so you can see that with the limited motion with that, with my elbow, that's another piece. I fractured my elbow when I was a kid. And so like I can touch my shoulder on this side, but I can't touch my shoulder with this side. Running, you can see in my running, sometimes with my gait, like on my right side has the most injuries from not only football, but also from serving in the Marine Corps with combat, all that. I've had a shoulder surgery, right shoulder surgery. I've had 2 knee surgeries. I've always had lower back injuries. I've got 4 herniated discs in my lower back. So these injuries have all been something that was one of the concerns for me going out and doing this and knowing where those weaknesses are. Having a coach like Dre and Keegan and the MVDM team, this is a piece that they all also emphasize on. Natasha is very big on the strength side of it. I will say this, like I'm in the best shape of my life, but I'm probably the weakest I've been in a long time since before high school. So, you know, it's been really a mental factor for me that I've had to overcome with seeing the weight that I can lift go down. But my cardio's up with, you know, I'm in the best overall shape of my life. Definitely not when it comes to the strength side of it. So we're going to show you a couple exercises and we'll go through those of what I do kind of on a weekly basis. So one of the things that I do is the PVC pass-throughs. And so this right here helps with shoulder mobility. Dre is the best at these. As you can see the difference in us right here. Dre's doing a PVC pass-through. When I do a PVC pass-through, you could see that like my facial expressions are a lot different than hers. So doing these are really good to help open my shoulders up. But as you can see, the limited mobility in my upper body.
And this mainly helps with swimming. I would say this is like the best thing you can do to help open up like your chest and get that range of mobility in the pool. And usually when you start out pretty tight, and then by the end you should be able to kind of fully kind of go all the way back and forward.
So next thing that we'll show you is another piece that I for sure don't do enough, and it's rolling out. But you can see the difference. I'll show you, like, look from the side. So as you can tell, whenever I'm trying to bring my shoulder out of the water, it's a whole, I got to move so much more and rotate more due to this lack of mobility, right? So if you look like this, so that's me pushing real hard. Now, what I do is if I roll, and really you're just trying to lean that lat on it, and you know where it hurts, is trying to breathe through that in order to loosen up that muscle tissue. It's actually a technique Joel and Rebecca Rouse taught me.
On race day, how much will you focus on mobility the night before?
You know, for the bike and the run, I'll be warmed up. But for the swim, you know, I'm probably going to try to do some push-ups. I'm going to do, I'll probably roll out just a little bit that morning of, maybe. But I'll try to get the blood flowing before, you know, because the sooner I can get warmed up in the water, the sooner I'm going to start getting faster. So I'm going to try to get a lot of that done before I get in. And so just doing this for 3 to 4 minutes, you can see the difference in my arms, right? Yeah. And so just that piece right there alone, loosening that up, this lat and all of this down through here, allows my arm to, you know, and so you could just see that it's not even a comparison. You know what I mean? that's like mainly swimming focused. Another thing that I do for running, I still do my squats, I still do my deadlifts. Lunges, right? Lunges are really good for the bike. I haven't been focused a ton on strength, the strength aspect of it, because I was so strong coming off of training for the firefighter challenge, that what I've done is I have honestly just focused more on the mobility side of it. Keeping my protein levels up has been so hard for me to do in order to try to not lose that muscle tissue. And then on top of that, trying to keep as much strength as you can has been for sure probably one of the hardest pieces for me mentally, to lose and to know I'm losing and to be okay with that. In the Ironman, muscle is eating calories, and it just means it's more that you have to feed, it's more that you have to maintain, and it's more you have to carry as well. The more weight, they say an average of every 10 pounds that you lose is an average of about 30 seconds per mile, or 30 seconds per mile faster that you're going to be. So all these things play a factor in of what's your goal. If it's just to finish, you can probably keep that weight on, but if you're gonna, you want to be fast, the less weight you have, the faster you're gonna be. So I've had the kangaroos for about a little over a year. Yeah, we're getting ready to have a baby, so we're pretty excited about that. We've got Cupcake, Queen Elizabeth, Rue, and King George II. So thank you guys so much for watching episode 3. Hope you guys enjoy it. Any questions you got, drop them down in the comments below. We'll answer them on the next episode. Appreciate your support, and make sure to keep watching. We're gonna be dropping another episode next week on Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So hit that subscribe button, subscribe to our page, subscribe to our channel. Let us know what you wanna see. We're gonna build this content just for you guys. And thank you all for watching. Keep owning it.